Last week was the first week for the DNR trawler on Lake Winnebago, and the results were absolutely astonishing. Uh, when the DNR has the boat out, they drop the net and they pull the net for 5 minutes. The net, there's 46 locations on the lake that are surveyed every year, the first week of August, September, and October. So they've been doing this since 1986. When they drop the net and pull it, it covers about an acre of the bottom in a 5 minute pull, and an average hatch of walleyes on the Winnebago system results in somewhere 5 to 7 what's called young of the year walleyes. Those are fish that were spawned in April, and now they're however big they are by the first week of August. This year, the average, the week of August, was 46 young of the year walleyes. Absolutely phenomenal. I think the last highest number that I have ever seen was something like 22, and that was in about 2012, I think it was, back in that time period. So this kind of production, the walleyes in the Winnebago system spawn on flooded marshes traditionally, on the Wolf and the Fox rivers. And this year we had virtually no runoff from snow up north. The Wolf River goes all the way up to Langley County, and there was virtually no snow, so there wasn't a lot of runoff. The Wolf River, I don't think, ever reached flood stage and on the New London gauge, so the marshes didn't have sufficient water in them to produce a lot of walleyes. And the Fox River is different. The Fox River drain, it goes around to the south-southwest, starts over by Friesland, Wisconsin. That could have been a contributing factor, but we don't know that. But whatever happened, the walleyes this year, and they're large. I mean, I saw a picture of one on a measuring board, 5 3/4 inches. This little fish is only 4 months old. It's phenomenal growth. The white bass, for whatever reason, had a very good hatch. Truth be known, I haven't been on the hatchery yet. Tom Walters, our vice president, was on the hatchery. I'm going on in September. So I'm going by what Tom had told me. Sheephead had a horrible hatch, which 2 years ago we saw virtually no young of the year sheephead at all. Since the VHS kill, maybe 7 years ago, the sheephead population in Winnebago has not responded very well, which is good from some respects, but young of the year sheephead this time of year, because they spawn later in the year, there's a lot of 1/2 inch long sheephead out there, and if you're a little 5 1/2 inch walleye, 1/2 inch long sheephead is lunch. So they're a good food source for walleyes. Didn't see any gizzard shad to speak of, very few emerald shiners. They had several adult sauger, small adult sauger, but they did have some small sauger. Other than that, it wasn't a really fantastic year for anything, maybe what could be considered an average hatch, but the walleye hatch was just absolutely phenomenal. No one expected this kind of hatch. Conversely, last year we had water come up in the marshes, and then we had no rain. It went down, and it came back up, and we had, in August of last year, we had walleyes that were as small as 3 inches on the trawler, and they did well over the next couple of months into October, ended up in the small 5-inch range. But to have fish this size this time of year is just superb. This will be a hatch that will support the fishery for the next 10 years.